Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring. I'm excited today because we are on a path. We're on the west coast of Liurnia, heading far north through the King's Realm ruins coming up. We're gonna dip into the basement of the ruins to meet a boss. Then we have a whole slew of characters who I love that we're gonna meet for the first time. Oh, and my favorite one is also coming up, along with a mini-dungeon. First, I have to locate this hidden basement. I think it's right... Yeah, it should be this one. This is very conspicuous. Oop! We don't like that. So let's see what we got. It's one of those revenants we ran into right at the start of Liurnia, except fun size. So we get to see what it can really do. As you can see, they're really chaotic enemies. That's a grab. Oh wait, no, is that... No, I think that's a strike. Might be wrong? Either way, let's not get hit by it. Yeah, that's the start of that wild, flailing bullshit. Ooh! Don't wanna... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Ooh, that's... I should not have rolled. I opened myself up for that. They're built a little different. They're kind of like if the corpse piles inside the hearses in Yahar Ghul in Bloodborne got loose. Like if they weren't encumbered by the hearse. Or by the carts. Ah, E.G., forgive me. These royal grounds were placed in our trust. But we stood no chance. I think the Royal Revenant earned a little bit of seriousness. Just a little bit. That's a lot of it. Getting tagged by that's not too bad, so I don't have to panic if that comes out quick. Really hate that. It looks ugly too, but it's not bad. There we go. Oof. Okay, yeah, you just go do that in the corner. That big chunky damage, though. Good, didn't get greedy that time. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad, actually. And... Ooh! Okay. I might have been in a little bit of trouble if that didn't finish. But I think I got a little extra damage on that because it was a counter hit. Oh, good stuff. I don't think I had any runes. Frozen Needle. This is a really nifty weapon. A really nifty rapier at that. A razor-thin piercing blade of ice forged by E.G. the Carrion Royal Blacksmith can inflict frost upon enemies and launch its blade with a strong attack. The blade immediately regenerates. it has a built-in projectile that doesn't consume any FP on its strong attack. And frost status build up, which is really potent. And you can see the range is not trivial at all. It's really, really good for poking. I mean, eventually I'll probably upgrade that a little bit and you'll see that the damage is not insignificant on that projectile. It's almost full damage from the strong attack, but just long range. It's great. Also, now that we're through that illusory wall, I think there might be one or two things. I do want to clear these guys out, because I don't want them... Actually, no, I don't have to do that. That's just a waste of time. I can just rest here and they'll all reset. Now that I'm here, I'm remembering that I didn't actually show some of the new tiers we got off. So this one is going to make our charged attack stronger. Is there anything unique in that description? No, unfortunately. Also, I want to show the ruptured crystal tier. That, it does what it says on the box. There are 2 of those available in the game. So you can blow yourself up for 1,000 damage in an AoE around you. It can be kind of fun when you get invaded. Oh wait, where am I going? I triggered that. Let me just go and again reset that. And we've been hearing a lot about someone named E.G., who apparently was a defender of these grounds and was also a blacksmith. So now that the arrows are not raining down on us, let's meet him! He's just sitting right down over here next to his anvil, and that is a troll's hammer. And the trolls were descendants of the giants. Also, this very fancy cape and helmet with the glowing plumage. And some sort of glowing mineral. Maybe glintstone?
Well, look at you. We don't receive many visitors. I presume you are tarnished? What brings you here? Oh, pardon me. It's hardly my place to ask, is it? I am E.G., a blacksmith who once served the Carrion royals. An old codger who refuses to retire his rusty hammer. So here I am, still quietly plying my trade on this spot. Perhaps you'd like a display? These bones are old, but still able. Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else. If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm. I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, Tarnished. You don't know how hard it is not to break anything while I work.
I love E.G. He also sells unlimited quantities of somber smithing stones 1 and 2, along with limited quantities of 3 and 4. And you can, of course, upgrade with
Brave Tarnished. A word of warning, if you please. This territory once belonged to the Carrion royal family. Their manor lies not far beyond this point. When the Raya Lucaria Academy turned on the Carrions, the Knights of the Cuckoo descended on this tract. After leveling it,
What?
they carried on to the manor. The Carrions were taken off guard. But their strength had not waned, and they repelled the knight's onslaught by conjuring an enchanted snare that remains potent to this day. That is why I say, Tarnished, don't go near the manor, unless you wish to lie with the corpses of the heedless knights of the cuckoo.
Blaidd! He's tied to Blaidd!
Blaidd actually did that. Did he? Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he. Perhaps he sensed something unusual about you. At any rate, if you're friendly with Blaidd, I've something else that might suit you. I've explained the peril of the enchanted snare that remains at the Royal Carrion Manor. Whatever you do, brave tongue. Something.
Oh, and now that we've exhausted all that dialogue, we can pick up the Carrion Filigreed Crest. Talisman adorned with the royal crest lowers FP consumed by skills, meaning Ashes of War, an honor said to have once been awarded to Carrion knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there is only one princess, Ronnie, daughter of Renna. And it's quite handy that EG's there to lend a hand. The area coming up is a lot to handle. It's a bit like Castle Morn in that it's a dungeon, but it's more of a bite-sized one. But that does not mean things cannot get out of hand there. Plus, it's going to connect us to another handful of NPCs, including my favorite character and her whole crew. The resting place of the contemptible cuckoos lost in the siege of Carrion Manor. On the other hand, one of them is quite scummy, but the rest of them, though, especially her right-hand man. And these arrows are not too hard to dodge at all. You can just slightly strafe them, and it's totally fine. It's not the biggest defense. It's not the biggest barrier to entry. Okay, so time to try our hands at Carrion Manor. A place where we will get assaulted by hands. By the way, for all my arachnophobes worried about when Miyazaki was gonna drop that shoe. Oh, shit! Oh, no! I'm so stupid! I'm so foolish! I gotta hand it to him. I still fall for these. There's a bright dot on my screen, and my reptile brain is just like, that could be your bright dot. Don't you want it? Get closer to it. And then the hand just appeared. It was like a sleight of hand. Damn it. There we go. Oh, you're beefy too. I fucking hate these so much. They're so unpleasant. I was gonna say, good news, there are no spiders in this game. Except, there's something much worse. We're doing okay, though. The ambush earlier gave it the upper hand. I love that it balls itself into a fist and tries to punch you. Welcome to the Forest of Many Hands. At least the little ones go down quick. The big ones are genuine threats, and we haven't fought Was that a big one, or is that... I think that was just a medium-sized one. I don't think we've seen the big boys. Oh, don't you start making me pay attention to the ground, game. Oh, this is ugly. Oh, are they waking each other up? I didn't even know about that one. Of course they have flailing shit, though. It's the most effective attack of any... like, across all enemy types. And I know I've talked about this before. It's the flailing shit attack. Ah, God! Bad. Oh, they're fast. I think I'm not alone in the hands giving me both the heebs and the jeebs. There's this interview with Miyazaki in Xbox Wire where they asked him about this. It's like, how dare you horrify me like this and fill my nightmares with spider hands. And to that, he named them, they are finger creepers, and said they're one of his favorite designs. Which makes complete sense. He said, if you want to topple your trauma, you have to fix your gaze directly on them. Never looking away as you strike them down. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, there's some problems. I don't think I need to anger that one. It's kind of out of the way. I'm not going to be fighting anywhere near it. Oh, maybe those are the big ones. It can't see me, though it has no eyes to see with. Yo ho 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 ho. Alright. I'm willing to be unfair to them. Whoa! Hold on! I've made a discovery! Oh, right. They have beams. I'll let them fire the beams. Oh, I've made a great discovery! They're weak to fire. I didn't know that. What a wonderful piece of news. Oh, how the tables turn. My ancient foe. Yeah, now I can be reckless again. Thank you. Oh, I love fire. Thank you so much, Prometheus. Adan. Maui. Cool, so we can come through here and get to the next big section of the dungeon. And then it's just a short walk to the boss. Lady Irani, we have long awaited you. I pray for your house's swift revival. May the full moon shine upon Caria. Her temple raised from silver light, our queen, the goddess of the night. I must be worthy in her sight. Praise the moon of Ranni. Our Lady dances in the sky. I'll know her kiss before I die. Praise the moon of Ranni. Praise the moon of Ronnie. This is a wonderful view. I don't know if I've made it readily apparent through years of videos, but I love me some fog. I do not love these nights. Not because they're particularly nasty. Oh, although they can get caught up in those magical claymore traps. If you could hear that behind me, that was them, the sound of them throwing those magical pots that shatter into homing projectiles. Oh wow, they do hurt. And they're pretty annoying. We want to make this jump cleanly. And then fall down here, and there should be a ladder. And this will lead to something very powerful. You don't know how much restraint it takes to not finish that sentence every time I say something like it, with especially against living things. It's baked so deep into my muscle memory. Like my automatic thought patterns from years of making that joke. Yeah, so in this chest, we get the Sword of Night and Flame. One of the weapons identified very early on as incredibly powerful. Storied Sword and Treasure of Carrion Manor, one of the legendary armaments. We have another one of those, the Grafted Blade from Morn. Astrologers who preceded the sorcerers established themselves in the mountaintops that nearly reached the sky and considered the fire giants their neighbors. Unique skill, Night and Flame stance. So, they are also from these mountaintops that we recently heard about from Athena, the Albinaric. Rock Sling is not going to do anything here. But also... okay. They also stagger pretty easily. Also. Oh, losing that train of thought. The Sword of Night and Flame. The Night and Flame stance is much like the Moon Veil. You activate the stance and then you follow up with either a light attack or a strong attack. And depending on which one of those two you do, you get a different... oh, God! Ooh, that reaches very far! You get a different attack. I need to rest in here for a moment. Coward is always valid. Avoid beam. Actually, I think it's more of like an energy blast that just explodes. You can also come back up here, and I might just elude them up here. And yeah, if you would like a slightly easier time with the game, it's really easy to get through to that sword from the start of the game. Skip past Stormvale Castle, ride right up into Liurnia, follow the coast, and you can get yourself quite a powerful weapon to start the game with. Also a very fun one. I don't want to spoil anything, but it has a beam. We love a beam. I just wasted a ton of time putzing around with these knights, and I got myself turned around too. So now, I'm done playing with these toys. They bore me now. We'll just check around the corner, make sure there's nothing there to entice us. No, there is not. So just ahead, there should be... Trying to strafe a little because I can hear it behind me. There should be an elevator up ahead. Ah, hello. Up ahead. And then... Oh, I lied before. There actually is a short little segment left between the floor this takes us up to and the boss, where we'll see some different enemies. And by different, I mean not hands. Or spectral knights, for that matter. I've actually been wondering if I'm maybe a little under-leveled. I guess because of how many runes I've spent on junk that no sane person would buy. Oh no! Oh my god! Wow, that was ugly. I think the lesson I take away from that is... One, I was correct. No, but two, wow, fighting them on the stairs is a horrendous idea. Maybe if I fight it on the flat of the landing. I don't want to go too far out here because there are more. And one at a time. Ooh. Oh, what? What? Hold on. Okay. I'm done with the stairs. Okay. I see this game you're playing. Wow. Nope. The stairs are your territory, huh? Oh, okay, up to the landing at least. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, yeah. Oh! 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 That was sick. Maybe the grounds weren't as wolf-infested as I was worried about. Oh, maybe I could have taken the fight out into a safer spot. Then again, you can always count on wolves and dogs to just have a little bit of shenanigans in their souls. Sometimes they flip the switch. Are you gonna be docile? Absolutely not. Not when I whiff. There are many things that wolves are known for. First, and chief among them, of course, is whiff punishing. Ooh, yeah. God, I love that trait. As we all know, the top fighting game players from all over the world train in the woods with the wolves to sharpen their skills. Yeah, and I guess to go back to my what I was thinking about maybe being underleveled. I guess it doesn't help that I really have not invested in any vitality yet, but that's because I'm a vitality skeptic. Scholars and scientists just haven't convincingly proved the existence of this alleged stat yet. I just don't think the evidence is there. So we have another one of these Carrion Troll Knights. And the Burger Kings. Let's see how much damage I'm doing to this large lad. And that, oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So nice. And then that's gonna determine whether or not I fight him. This man is about to kill me by shouting. Jesus, again? What a technique. Okay, yeah. Oh, I hate that. The damage is underwhelming. And so, oh, these friends we will become very familiar with at another time. Because right on the other side of the door they're guarding. I don't want them doing Black Knife Assassin things again. Right on the other side is a very, very pretty arena. For Royal Knight Loretta. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite boss arenas. Like, any of the arenas that use this really nice, shimmering water as the floor, and there are a handful of them, just instantly like that. And Loretta herself, or this spectral apparition version, is fairly straightforward.
Do you believe in the power of a curse?
I'm having a bit of a time. Unexpectedly hard time. I think I'm not really respecting, oh, hello. I haven't been respecting her melee combo that much. Been going for some pretty greedy punishes. But also getting, yeah, like that. I'm getting caught in other weird ways. I only hit with the one weapon. Yeah, that's if I had punished instead of rolling there, or if I had tried to. Whoop. Now we're gonna start doing that. Okay, so I think that's really the only big change we have at this point in the fight. And also pay attention to that slash, the motion of it. There's a good reason to memorize that attack in particular. Also, you might recognize a lot of this moveset. She shares a lot of it with the Tree Sentinel. She's essentially a Tree Sentinel with a slightly different weapon from any of the ones we actually see. Surprised. Okay, cool. So now we should also start getting the bow. Hey, there it is. I haven't had the timing for that down that well during these past few fights. Though I have been a little bit more focused. If I die again, the next attempt is just gonna be silent. No commentary. Full serious mode for Loretta. That's kind of nasty. I guess I'm also not giving her enough credit. Like, this isn't an easy boss. It's just a simple kind of medium tier boss. Like, those mid-range, mid-tier kind of bosses, they can catch you out. Okay. Tell it to a second set. Forward. Follow up. We can punish that. And it takes ages for that horse kick to come out. Oh yeah, I have to watch for that. Or not. There we are. Much more successful fight. We get Loretta's Great Bow, the spell, along with an Ash of War for that slash. And while the Ash of War is probably not going to tell us anything, the spell might, because we have no idea who this is. Creates a magic great bow, fires great arrow, charging enhances potency. It said that the bow was Loretta's favored weapon. Well, okay. So we know nothing about Loretta still. Now, I have a big decision to make. Do I do it? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Watch, 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 watch. I did it! I did it. Oh, and as for these, I've actually been wondering what these are. Because we see these all over the place. They kind of look like half bowls, or I was thinking half crucibles. The other thing that I think that it bears some resemblance to is a very particular type of sundial from ancient Greece called a scaphe or scaphe. S-C-A-P-H-E. I could not find a pronunciation guide for that anywhere. And half the pronunciation guides online are lies anyway, so who knows? And now we can get to the reason why we went through Carrion Manor. It's because in this area there are 3 towers, along with that big boy roaming about. And if I skirted him just right... oh, no, we're gonna have to turn back. Maybe he won't notice still. We're pretty far afield of him. Okay, cool. nothing to do with them. We're heading towards one of these 3 towers. Eventually, we will peek into all of them, but first we want Ronnie's Rise. Ronnie, daughter of Renna. We have heard about her. Yeah, there's going to be quite a lot going on in this area. So it's a good thing that we get this bonfire that we can warp back and forth to. Saves us having to run past the dragon every time. Although we will have to deal with that eventually. We can't keep avoiding that problem forever. Oh, it's gorgeous around here. Okay, let's keep heading up to the top. You can see all these instruments and astrolabes, old scrolls, glintstone and crystals, books full of old tomes. She's really a person who prizes wisdom and knowledge of the stars. And she is someone we've met before, under a different name.
Oh, again we cross paths. I believe I said my name was Renna when last we met. It pleaseth me to see Torrent hale and hearty, but tarnished. What business hast thou here? I have no memory of inking thee an invitation.
Oh, no reason.
No reason in particular thou claimest. Intriguing. Then mayhaps fate hath steered thee to this reunion. Wilt thou enter into my service? I am the witch Ranni. I stole death long ago, and search now for the dark path, that I might one day upend the whole of it, and rid the world of all that came before. Well, has that roused thy interest?
She stole the rune of death, and she just comes out and says it.
I see. A choice well made. Thou art a rare sword. Not many would have accepted the offer, but I require as much of those under my command. I anticipate good work from thee.
Okay, so Renna is actually Ronnie, and also the narrator from that story trailer. She stole the rune of death, and is extremely over the current order of things.
Good. Then I ask we proceed with haste. There is, in my service, a half-woven warrior by the
Yeah!
name
Yeah!
of join him in searching for the hidden treasure of Nokron, the Eternal City. I have called for Blaidd to greet thee below. Take from him the particulars. Ah, and there wilt thou find Iji, my war counselor, and Salubis, preceptor in the sorcerous arts also. Heed not their peculiarities. Feel secure in gaining from them what advantage thou canst. I am sure the others will be doing just the same. Speak with the 3 who await thee below. Thou needst not indulge them unduly, but they too wish to appraise thy worth. It hath been a passing long time since a newcomer entered my service, after all. Speak with the 3 who await thee below. Thou needst not indulge them unduly, but they too wish to appraise thy worth. It hath been a passing long time since a newcomer entered my service, after all.
Yes. So not only is Ronnie very interesting and very cool, she has a bunch of cool people in her group. This cool witch just asked you to join her super secret god-killing club with her friends E.G. the Gentle Giant Blacksmith who is the sweetest, along with a 9-foot-tall wolf man who's nice and everyone loves. Who's saying no to this? I'm having a wonderful time. EG, or rather, a spectral projection of EG.
So you were the one. Lady Ranni has explained everything. Again, I am EG, the Carrion royal family's dedicated blacksmith and Lady Ranni's war counselor. I'm told that you are searching for Nokron with Blaidd. I will give you whatever guidance I can, and pray for your success. My apologies for the misleading words of warning. I never imagined that an audience, let alone service to Lady Ranni, was in your fate. I, for one, should have seen it, but I did not. Do forgive me, my fellow. Let us give all that we can of ourselves, together, for Lady Ranni. Let us give all that we can together.
They're astral projecting. It's why we couldn't teleport yet. We're locked in for a bit until we talk to all of them, including Salubis, who we haven't met yet.
Long time, friend. Blaidd, if you've forgotten. Glad to have you in the service of Mistress Ranni. Well, getting right to business. I'm still in Limgrave. The eternal city of Nokron lies somewhere at the bottom of this land. I'm planning to go below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to Nokron from there. I'm going below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to Nokron. Don't keep me waiting, eh? I'm going below to see if I can. Don't keep me waiting.
I just got flooded with memories of Blaidd's voice actor reading all the thirst tweets.
I want Blaidd to kiss me on the lips and tell me that we make a great team.
Including the forbidden one he couldn't read, which everyone is pretty sure they know which one it is. It's the breeding one.
Oh my god, no, wait.
I want Blaidd to breed me.
Oh, hey, Salubis.
I see.
We have a big hat.
You must be Ranni's new hireling. Yes, I've heard all about you. I am Seluvis, preceptor in the sorcerous arts.
Oh.
I don't know what it is the mistress sees in a provincial tarnished like you. But since we have the misfortune of serving the same lady, I ask that you kindly try not to drag us all down with you. I reside in another tower close by. Come and pay me a visit, should you wish to be of actual service to Mistress Ranni. If it were up to me, I wouldn't waste my time on the likes of you. But who am I to stand against the wishes of my lady? I reside in... Come and pay me a visit, should you... If it were up to... But who am I?
Alright, so Ronnie's cool, Blaidd's cool, EG's cool. Do we really need a preceptor, though? You know what we could really use? A seamster. Uniforms go through a lot of wear and tear on the battlefield. Need someone to fix them up? Why not bring Bach in? Just saying. Maybe Seluvis has an accident.
Let us give all that we together.
How do we know Bach isn't a preceptor? We haven't asked him. Just saying.
I'm going below to the... See if I can. Don't keep me waiting.
So, the eternal city of Nokron
I reside... Come and pay... Should you... If it were up...
is going to be our eventual objective. And yes, there's also this fog wall that spawns until... I believe we just have to go back up now and talk to Ronnie now that we've met her whole team.
Allow me to forewarn thee. I shall soon enter my slumber, and it will be some time before I wake. This doll's body is not without its hindrances. Still, I have high hopes for thee. I look forward to the good news when I arise. I shall soon end, and it will be some time before I have high look for.
She's gonna be taking a long nap pretty soon. And there it is. We can freely teleport now. So this doll's body. She's a soul inhabiting a doll. Also, we're gonna reload the area. I think the projections of Blaidd and the others should be gone. Looks like it. And we can go visit Salubis. Also, we'll be going to check up on Ronnie. I think by now she should be asleep now that we've reloaded the area. But I'll double check that eventually. First, I think from here is a good height. We're gonna head towards that Southwestern tower. Because this one is Seluvis's. Salubis is.
Well, you took me at my word. Did you not realize I was merely being polite? Oh, you provincials never cease to amaze. I suppose you're here now. Perhaps I'll give you something to do. I'd like you to find a woman called Nefeli to administer a potion. Even you can do that much, can't you? Good, good. Now I shall hand over the potion in question.
Seluvis's potion.
Find Nefeli and ensure she drinks it. I expect glad tidings, and soon. I've no time for idle chit-chat. The only thing I will hear from you is a report of your task's completion. Are we understood? I have enough on my plate. I've no time for idle. The only thing I will hear from you. Are we understood? Then off you trot.
Oh. Oh! What a bastard! Off you trot. And the very first thing he wants us to do for him is drug Nefeli. And we do happen to know her whereabouts right now. But first, we're gonna come up here to get a memory stone, which means that we can now equip more spells. Oh, is that actually our first one? Really? Huh. Small flask received from Preceptor Seluvis containing a cloudy tonic of bluish black. Find Nefeli and ensure she drinks it. Okay. Let's head back to the Round Table Hold and work on some quests. Some quests which are largely interconnected now. Surprisingly, Dee has nothing.
You again, is it? The recusants sent a lackey. Can you believe they invited me to join them? Now, after what they did? I can scarcely believe it myself. Did they think me a fool? You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. Then I only had to ask. The location of the recusant hideout. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west from the town of Windmills. That's where they hide. The manor on the peak. Just you wait, wretched recusants. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by laying hands on Lanya. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood, after all.
Yes, always told in blood. So that's the Volcano Manor that Raya told us about.
It's on Mount Gelmir. That's where they hide. Just you wait.
The manor on the peak.
Ah, my examination is complete. Here's the knife print back, with my thanks.
There we go.
Now I have a fairly good idea who performed the rite upon the Blaidd. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Lunar Princess Ronnie.
Yes.
One of the children born to King Consort Radigan and his first wife, Renala. Demigod and sister to General Radahn and Praetor Rykard. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint. Truly, you have my thanks. But if I might be so bold, I would like to ask something more of you. If Ranni truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me. And then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long. Maybe I should tell you. Lately, I feel I'm on the precipice of falling into a deep, fathomless slumber. And I have an inkling it could spell trouble for you somehow. So I just wanted to get the apology out of the way beforehand, since you're so scary and all.
Yeah, so nap time is approaching the lands between. It's coming for Ronnie, it's coming for Roger. Who will fall asleep next? Actually, there is a decent chunk of the game that has to do with sleep. All the stuff that pertains to Saint Trina in the lore. Anyway, we're going to talk to Gideon because we can show him Seluvis's potion.
Is that potion what I think it is? Bloody Salubis. I suppose he's up to something again. Oh, I won't interfere. You go ahead and do what you must. The Round Table has no code to speak of. But I ask you this. Are you really going to do the bidding of that twisted dolly botherer? Or would you rather hand that potion to me and see if we can't get one over on the bastard?
Normally, I would not trust Gideon. However, I'm not gonna fucking roofie Nepheli and hand her over to that dolly botherer, as Gideon put it.
Good. I'll dispose of the potion myself. You go and see Seluvis, but don't give anything away. Just tell him that you tricked your mark into drinking the potion, as planned. Despite knowing next to bloody nothing, he's so far up his own arse he won't suspect a thing. His inevitable display of arrogance will certainly be a sight to behold. Well, what?
I really want to know who wrote that insult, that dolly botherer. Who says that? What an incredible call out.
Well, I took you no matter it's lay out your arms then.
That will lock us out of two things. So 100% canceled. However, if I gave it to her, it would lock me out of her quest anyway. There's no way to do this where you don't miss something. Also, it's just a horrible thing to do. Don't do it. There's another person that we will meet later that we could give it to, and that will also lock us out of a very involved quest. Though it would be substantially, infinitely more morally justifiable to give it to them over Nepheli. Either way, not doing either of those. Is Seluvis German? Because really, Gideon's insult works for both of them. They're a little bit the same person. Alright, Ronnie is indeed asleep. Which means I have to go and take a second and figure out where I'm going from here and what we're doing next. Alright, the course of action that I chose was to get distracted with merchants and then veer off to record a lengthy intermission episode where I do a lot of shopping and some other minor things like grabbing a lot of smithing stones and a few bell bearings and 10 levels worth of runes. And you'll see the full fruits of that labor after this at some point, after this episode. But again, it's all minor stuff, so it's just an intermission. These side quivers. A few mini-bosses we've already seen bursts of. We're heading to the bottom of the cliff here next. But first, the Tibia Mariner that we left alone earlier is in our way. So we'll start with him and getting the Death Root. And we'll actually progress that a little bit as well. So now we have Garong, we have Roger, alright, teleporting. We have D, now Ronnie, Blaidd, and EG. Oh, wow. You're way far out there. Is that even still in the water? No. Okay. Making our own water. Oh, and Seluvis, of course. They're all tied up in this now. In this... I don't think you can crit these. Ah, that's a shame. Damn, my deadliest weapon is putting in work. Poor Loretta is being stopped absolutely by a single set of trees. It's a little better for her now, though. So generally, if you hit a bump in one of their quest lines, progress the rest of them and see if it unlocks something. Oh, Fia too. What are you? Oh, Trina's Lily. We were actually just talking about St. Trina. She is associated with the sleep status effect, and Trina's lilies, I'm pretty sure you use to craft sleep items, like sleep pots and arrows. Okay, so platforming on these big headstones is how we're going to get to the bottom of the cliff, where there's a village set up. And there's an NPC down here who has a quest line that was one of the ones that was patched in post-launch. A little lad by the name of Jarbairn. We'll do the rest of this with Torrent. It's just a lot easier to adjust for mistakes with the double jump. Hey, and we're good. And if we land up here, we can grab this item. Which, hey, that's 3 rank 3 smithing stones. That's not bad. Aw, there's our lad. First, we'll take a little look around. This is a village of Jar people.
Hello, cuz. What are you doing here? I didn't think anyone knew about this place. Except us Jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate?
Yeah.
Truly. That's wonderful news. It's not easy being potentate, though. I know. Show me your hands. It's just a little test, cuz. To see if you've got the right stuff. Your skin isn't so smooth, is it? You need slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know? I'm sorry, cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes. What a shame. Don't look so glum, cuz. We can still chat. Potentate or not, come back and visit me. When you can. Don't look so glum. We can still chat. Come back and visit me.
Potentate is like a ruler or a sovereign, so they're looking for their next leader. Somebody suitable to become their leader. There are a lot of flowers in the village out for us to collect as well. Really pretty scintillating rainbow of different flowers. One of just about, if not, one of every single type. If we venture a little ways out, we can also find a bunch of runes. Is this worth it? Oh, some of them are 6. Some of them are 1, though. It is what it is. Oh? And nothing too interesting in the back of the village. However, we're not done with Jarbairn. And learning about the warrior jars. This is now the second one we've met, along with Alexander. Oop.
Oh! Hello again, cuz. I'm happy you came back. I have good tidings for you, cuz. Have you noticed the rare flowers growing in this village? I asked the villagers if you could pick some of them, and they said you'd be very welcome. Go on, cuz. You really should pick some of our flowers. Who knows? They might be of some use. Go on, cuz. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll do as he asks. Oh, look at this cute little guy. We're gonna ignore the one that's toppled over. He's sleeping. Probably? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have Poison Bloom, Roa Fruit, Mikola's Lily.
Go on, cuz. Who knows?
Okay, I'll pick more flowers then. We need to explore the rest of the village anyway. Oh, they're so pretty. Gray violets, tarnished golden sunflowers. A lot more poison blooms. That's a funny flower. Cracked pot. Several more of them, in fact. And a living jar shard. We can keep the little guys with us wherever we go in our pockets. Some Eye of Yellow, Early Flowers, and these will all respawn, so you actually get a pretty good unlimited source of a lot of different flower types once you make your way down to the Jar Village, to Jarbairn. Is this enough flowers, Jarbairn? I think it is.
Ah, hello again. Say, cuz, have you met Uncle Alexander? He used to live here with us, but then he left to be a champion. I asked to go with him, but he said, the path of champions must be trod alone. So heroic, right? I miss him, though. If you see him, you should ask him to teach you how to fight, cuz. He's big and tough and strong. Uncle Alexander said he won't be back again.
My home is of the past, and the past, as they say, is a different country.
I suppose that's part of being a warrior, isn't it? So, please don't tell anyone, cuz. But I'm actually a warrior jar as well. One day, I'll be just like Uncle Alexander. Then I'll have to leave the village to become a champion. Uncle Alexander won't come back here again.
My home is off.
I suppose that...
And that's Jarbairn. We'll come back to check in on him occasionally in this wonderfully irreverent town of Jarbairn. Mainly as we progress Alexander's quest, because being his uncle, that's who his questline's primarily tied in with. And now there's a different quest that we want to go get back to. Now, since we just came from the Round Table Hold, where we got Gideon to help us dispose of that potion. We're going to go lie to Seluvis about it and say that Nepheli did in fact imbibe it, and just nothing happened. And I'm sure he's going to take that super well. Oh, I love the music out here. It's incredibly foreboding.
Ah, so you made Nepheli drink the potion. Well done. You are a touch more useful than I had thought. Very well. Then you shall have your gift. Knowledge of the sorcerous arts and of the tutelage of the great preceptor Seluvis. I doubt much of it will lay within the grasp of a mere tarnished, but if you put your mind to it, perhaps you won't embarrass our lady. You wish to begin right this... Well, your impatience, though boorish, is understandable. Let's have at it.
First, let's talk about Nepheli.
So, you had Nepheli? Then perhaps something was amiss with it. It's concocted from the finest ingredients, but perhaps I should review the recipe. I may have expected too much of her to begin with.
Grab Carrion Phalanx from him, Carrion Retaliation, Glintstone Ice Frag, and Freezing Mist. More than enough room, so we'll be picking all of those up immediately.
Begging for another lesson so soon. There remains much to be done. Make it quick.
It's a shame he's such a pompous tease bag, because that outfit looks really good. But I can't ever cosplay with it without thinking of him. Tragic. The worst person you know has great trip. Anyway, we're gonna reload the area and go back to Seluvis just real quick to make sure that he to see if that progresses anything. And it does not, so let's carry on. I think I want to check back in with Roger, so let's go back to the Round Table Hold one more time. Roger is almost certainly on the next stage of his quest line by now. In fact, there should be a pretty big development in his quest line coming up. Oh, there it is. He was already 1 foot in the grave when we met him, and his conditions only gotten worse. We get his bell bearing, along with all of his attire, which is the Spellblade set. And we find on his person a letter. Glintstone Sorcerer Roger's traveling attire, graced with an intricate aristocratic decoration, strengthens Glintstone sorcery skills. Roger spent his entire life behaving with utter detachment. No one noticed the anger, grief, regret, or fear that existed alongside it. Letter written in a trembling hand. I forgot to tell you, but it seems D has a younger brother. I heard he lies in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nokron, and it said he stood before the Prince of Death not far beyond that spot. He stood before the Prince of Death? in Nokron. A city which we just learned about for Ronnie's quest.
Did you need something else? Did you need something else?
D doesn't have anything to say about that, or rather, we are not conveying that. We just learned about his younger brother. And with that, Roger's quest to end his life draws to a close. It was brief, our time with Roger, but I really liked him. I went to check in on Ronnie, but she won't be waking up for quite some time still. We have a lot to do before we can get back on track with our quest line, but that's one that's going to be developing throughout the course of the entire game. Moving on, though, starting from the Rose Church, where Vare inducted us into his master's sketchy blood dynasty, we're going to ride northwest-ish through the marsh to the spot that was marked on the meeting place map that we found outside of Raya Lucaria Academy. And that is where we are going to get our first key that'll let us inside. And then there it is. And then the second one for that side quest is inside the dungeon itself. Hello. Do not like a plant having homing projectiles. And now you can see what became of that meeting, and why the glintstone key is still there for us to take. It seems like they met up where a dragon was roosting. Actually makes things pretty simple for us, especially if we wanted to do this the quick and dirty way, which is to just ride past the dragon, grab the key off the corpse, and then run away. But there wouldn't be any fun in that. Besides, it's been a minute since we fought a dragon. That's good damage, too. So Glintstone Dragon Smaragd is basically the same as Akil, and oh, I was a little too close. This is a great setting for this fight, though. Pretty much the same as Akil. Each of these types of dragons have one unique attack. Eventually, you'll see his. The main thing that differs between these ones is just the set dressing. And also this being a more open marsh, there's a lot fewer places for him to get caught up on. Like, Akil got caught up when we were fighting him on the Dragon-burnt ruins and some other stuff. There's very little... There we are. He's got that big projectile. Oh, we might get away from that. Should be good. Shit. This might be a problem. Should be able to roll that. I love his blue-green glintstone breath. I think that coloration is just cool looking too. I thought that was the tail whip. It was the other one they uses to turn around with. Yeah, that's... Oh, that's the stomp. He was really delayed on that. Ooh, good. I thought I might miss that. He's doing the breath. This is why I actually like the Smaragd fight Hello? Oh. Oh, we went way too far. And he leashed. The really nice thing about when that happens to open world bosses in Elden Ring, whereas in a lot of games they'll reset to full health, you don't have to deal with that shit here. He just respawns at his original location with the amount of health you left him at. So, like, you could use this as a cheese strategy, but it's so tedious and arduous to do it that way that you would have to really, really be struggling to do it that way. That is our second dragon down, which means our second dragon heart, and a new draconic power being available at the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. There's the poor unfortunate guy who got by the dragon. And it looks like they came prepared to fight it. There's some dragon wound grease, some kukris to induce bleeding. Didn't matter. They never made it back to the academy. Not us, though. We're built different. So let's head back to... Wait, is this... Oh, this is the gate town. Can I get up back onto the bridge? Because there was pretty elevated high up. I think I might have to, if I want to do the rest of the gate town that I skipped earlier, I think I have to do it from the bonfire outside of Raya Lucaria Academy and go backwards. Not sure if I can get up there. That's gonna be a no. Alright, so we'll start from back here at the bonfire and go backwards through the gate town and see what kind of welcoming party that we missed out on before. It's pretty handy that we are going through this way because they'll never see us coming. Which means one of the only things of real concern is going to end up being that flame chariot. And we'll get to clear the road pretty well before that thing even aggroes. So normally, if we had the opportunity to get above it, we could plunge into the chimney. Instead, we're doing this the fun way. The normal way, which is to attack the driver. Oop, that's a little close. They're not too much to worry about. They're pretty easy to handle. It's just a lot of baiting and avoidance. And also, making sure that you don't have friends. Oh, I love this spell. I love this so much. Just give me my great big magical greatsword. Even when I'm pumping in, you cannot stop me from swinging a big sword around. Once we take out the driver, that's it for the entire chariot. And we get some flame blossom, some fire blossoms, smoldering butterflies, and this... Oh, hello. This dude can finally leave us be. Now that everything is cleared out here, there's still a few stragglers like him, but there are also a couple of items. Blue light wooden shield. Nothing too useful, but we need it. We need it. Uh-oh. Almost got away from that bottom one. Let's dismount Torrent real quick and check around inside. Sometimes they like to stash things behind the barrels in these tents. whenever you come across an encampment like this. Whoop. Oh, it's nice and misty out. Alright, and that is the bridge that we came to earlier with the finger reader crone. So instead of going off the broken bridge again, this is actually the front entrance. Oh, wait. Did that only hit Torrent? Nice. Alright, this looks like it's all clear. So, we will head downstairs, see what's there, and then wrap up. And then next time we can start Raya Lucaria Academy, our main dungeon of Liurnia. Ah, I was hoping that would have clicked both of them. Must welcome him to the jam. Ah, it didn't quite do it. Get out of here. Forgot I still had that on. Yeah, let's just go with the Chloranthy ring for now. If you can't decide, it's always a good go-to option. You'll never regret having extra stamina regeneration. So we have two more Raya Lucaria Knights, and then one more guy manning the flamethrower. I'm so happy their pots of projectiles hit the damn palisade. Alright, and let's just check the side areas they were guarding out. Nothing concealed in the brush. And on the other side, also nothing. Alright, so that's the gate town. And we now have the key to Raya Lucaria Academy, so we can get started on that next time. And then we can also start wrapping up in Liurnia soon. Alright. Whoops, that's not the right one. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, everyone.